Hey, it's Chris from Charity Board Gamer, and I'm here to talk for Deep Thoughts Friday a little bit about TantrumCon. So I went to TantrumCon in Charlotte, North Carolina. That is where they had it this year. It was in, I don't even remember what the hotel name was, but it was really nice. I could say that. I think it was a Hilton. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it was a Hilton. Who knows? Scattered. So, yeah, it was a Hilton. Boom. Now I remember. So I'm going to tell you kind of a little bit about what happened throughout the week, and I recommend going to this convention. It was a lot of fun. We actually went as a full family. Most of the time when I've gone to these board game conventions, I will work for a publisher, or I'll do some work in some way with media. And this time we all went as a complete family, did some media for the event. So we're going to have some of that playing maybe in between or at the end of this. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. So let's talk about Thursday. Thursday, we got up at about 7, 8-ish in the morning, and we were set off. We quickly got an oil change at our local Valvoline, which was awesome. Great service. They made sure we had air in the tires and everything. And then we hopped on the road. It was raining. It was stormy. It was a little scary. But we got safely to North Carolina. About that area between Virginia and North Carolina was... I have to treat you better than he can. Hey, we're doing an Ask Us Anything. If you want to, go ahead and ask us questions. We'll answer them as we're driving. Probably Beth will type them and do the video because I can't do that. That's not safe. So, yeah, Ask Us Anything. It was a little nerve-wracking, but we got there. We got there safe and sound. And first thing that we did, it was Elijah's birthday, so we decided to go ahead and do some things that he wanted to do. So his first thing that he wanted to do was he wanted to go to Gastonia, and we went to this little museum that had a cat exhibit. Now, if you haven't paid attention to any of our previous videos, we now have 4 cats. We love cats. Elijah even had a cat birthday before we even had cats. So having cats is very special to him. So learning about all these different type of cats was a joy. We also got to see some dinosaur type things, some fossils, got to see some different types of rocks. There's, you know, it's a smaller style museum, but it really was enjoyable. I think we had a good time, and I know the kids got some souvenirs. I don't even remember what they got. Maybe a shirt. I'm not sure. So that was first thing that we did. Then we went out to a place called Bad Daddy Burger. Oh my gosh, the burgers were amazing. The wings were delicious. The fries were phenomenal. And the kids loved the milkshakes. So, and I think I got a Mr. Pibb, which is a lot better than Dr. Pepper. We even have a survey that's going to be here at the end of this video where I talk to people about what they prefer, Dr. Pepper or Mr. Pibb. So, we're here at TantrumCon. And there's one serious question we have to ask everybody. What do they like better, Mr. Pibb or Dr. Pepper? I'm coming for you, Justin. All right, so here I am back with some more hard-hitting questions. Here I am with Mark from Grand Gamers Guild. Mark, Dr. Pepper or Mr. Pibb?
If I'm being honest, I don't typically drink soda unless it has some enhancement, but I'm going to go Mr. Pibb.
Mr. Pibb, okay. You hear that, Justin? Once again, Mr. Pibb. And what are your thoughts on mug root beer?
Well, root beer is mostly good if it has ice cream in it. Otherwise, it really just tastes like minty cola.
Yeah.
But mug root beer, I could take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it, that's right. It's basically saying that it's swell. You hear that, Daniel? Basically swell. All right, thank you very much, Mark.
My pleasure.
All right. So, John, I've got to ask this serious question.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd come to you about it. What do you like more, Dr. Pepper or Mr. Pibb?
Mr. Pibb.
Mr. Pibb. You hear that, Justin? Mr. Pibb. Also, what are your thoughts on mug root beer?
It's swill.
Oh, that's right. Second confirmation that mug root beer is swill. Thank you. All right, we're back here with hard-hitting questions, and I'm here with Chad from 25th Century Games. Chad, Mr. Pibb or Dr. Pepper?
Obviously, it's a doctor, so let's go with Dr. Pepper. More educated.
In the words of Psych, agree to disagree. Now, what are your thoughts on mug root beer, though?
I'll take a hard pass on the mug. Abita all the way.
That's right. Hard pass on mug root beer. It is science. Mug root beer is swill. I'm here with Boardwalk, purveyor of fine games, a sponsor of TantrumCon, and also really good retailers. We got a copy of Parks earlier. So I'm here with the hard-hitting questions. And today's question is, Mr. Pibb or Dr. Pepper?
I'm going to go with a hard Mr. Pibb.
Neither. Mr. Pibb doesn't seem like he's lying about his doctorate degree, so I'll go with him.
Mr. Pibb, all right. And real quick, what are your thoughts on mug root beer?
Absolutely not.
I refuse to answer the question. It's too offensive.
Pure swill.
You heard it. Boardwalk purveyor of fine games says mug root beer is swill. All right, more hard-hitting questions. This time I'm here with Anya. Anya, my question for you is this. Mr. Pibb or Dr. Pepper?
Gonna have to go with Dr. Pepper.
Agree to disagree. Now, what's your thoughts on mug root beer?
Look, so if it's not like locally brewed, crafted root beer from my local brewery, it's garbage.
That's right. So therefore, mug root beer, which is not locally brewed in Greenville, South Carolina, is garbage. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. How much are you selling the mugs for? All right, back with more questions with Amy from Unique Creations. Amy, the people want to know, Mr. Pibb or Dr. Pepper?
I actually don't drink brown drinks, so I don't like either one.
Okay. Don't like either one. I can respect that. But what is your thoughts on mug root beer?
It's brown, so it's nasty.
Nasty. That's right. Mug root beer is swill, according to Amy at Unique Creations. Back to you. With more hard-hitting questions, this time with Harvey from Dragon Phoenix Games. Harvey, Mr. Pibb or Dr. Pepper?
Oh, Mr. Pibb for sure.
Mr. Pibb, Justin, did you hear that? And Harvey, what are your thoughts on mug root beer?
Oh, I've never had mug root beer.
And I'm glad that you haven't, sir, because it is swill. Thank you. Thank you very much, Harvey.
Thank you.
All right, I'm back with more hard-hitting questions, this time with Aaron from Gamer Goodies for You, and, of course, Catherine, the high-heeled gamer. Here's the question. Mr. Pibb or Dr. Pepper?
You know, it honestly depends on the mood. I would say, though, if I had to choose between Mr. Pibb and Dr. Pepper, Mr. Pibb's usually going to win because root beer is special treat.
And how about for you, Catherine?
You know, I didn't have Mr. Pibb until I came out here to North Carolina, and it actually does taste better for me than Dr. Pepper, so.
You hear that, Justin? Mr. Pibb is better. That's right. And real quick, what are your thoughts on mug root beer?
I mean, what's the difference between mug and Mr. Pibb? Like, for real, though. Now, the question is, can I put ice cream on it? Because then I can have mug.
Yeah, you can put ice cream on it. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend drinking it either, though. But what about you, Catherine?
I've never heard of the other one.
Never heard of mug root beer. That's right. And I'm glad that you haven't, and I hope you never do. All right, back to you. So we got done with Bad Daddy Burger. We headed up to the hotel. We drove to Charlotte, which wasn't too much further away. It was about 20 minutes drive away, mainly because of traffic and the Billy Graham Parkway, which is a really nice, fast road. So we got there. We checked in. We kind of rested. I said hi to some people real quick. And then right afterwards, we went out and we went to the Lego store at a nearby mall because we don't have one locally here, and we let the kids get like the Lego minifigures. They had a blast doing that. Elijah was ecstatic about it. That's what he wanted. That's what he wanted for his birthday. A Lego minifigure at the Lego store. Now, of course, he got other stuff as well, but that's how awesome that kid is. He doesn't care about the big things. He sees the little things, and he sees the good in it all. So, love his heart. Love it. So we got back to the convention, and we played some games. And I'm going to quickly probably have some pictures up here showing what it looked like. Of course, let me see here. So I'm going to go to Thursday night. So Thursday night gaming. So Elijah, birthday. Thursday night, I met Gnarly Carly. We've met before. We're friends. And we played Libertalia. I thought that was a great time. I also ran into Bubba and Luke, also known as Frost, from Love Thy Nerd. Got the chance to see them and had a blast. So that was kind of Thursday night. I don't remember if I played any other games. I did say hi to a lot of people. I think some people were playing Rising Sun, which looked amazing. I've never played it, so I want to. So that was Thursday. Friday comes. Friday, we kind of had like a little meetup thing where we met with different people. I got to meet the high-heeled gamer. I think I said that right. If I'm wrong, forgive me. I'll make sure that I have a picture as well too. And then I met a couple other different content creators that we just kind of had fun, just interacted with each other, and it was wonderful. Right after that, I played Rome with Daniel. It's a Ryan Lockett game from Red Raven Games, and really enjoyed it. And it was one that we went ahead and signed up for the play to win. If you don't know what play to win is, you basically play the game, and after you play the game, you write your name in the little book, and at the end of the con, they'll actually draw the names and let you know if you won. We didn't win it, so we went ahead and we bought it. Luckily, Red Raven had it in stock. I've been wanting this one. I've been wanting to at least play this one for a long time, and they hadn't had it in stock. So I went ahead and got it, and of course the metal coins, because we really enjoyed it. My son had a good time, and so I said, you know what, let's make that a game that we get and have some fun. After that, we did some miniature painting. So this was really cool. This is our first time miniature painting. Beth loved it so much. The kids just had a great time. They went back and painted more later. It was just something that they really enjoyed. And it's kind of what happened. Then I had a chance to sit down with Ray and Ken Franklin from Calliope Games, and I got to see Project Candlelight. This is a new game that I think is going to be coming to Kickstarter hopefully soon. And it's a game where people that are burdened or dealing with depression or not feeling great, they are kind of like on a tile. And on that tile, they have symbols like hearts and eyeballs, and you have hearts, eyeballs, and I forget hands. So what you are doing is you're either sending encouragement or you're sending caring and stuff like that. You're laying down another person beside them, trying to meet those conditions that they need and helping them, kind of lifting their burdens. It's kind of that idea of people lifting each other up and helping each other when they're down. And that's a neat concept. It's still competitive, which is pretty cool too. But even if you work together to do the cards and actually help lift the burden off of somebody, you get to also get points. It just you get a certain amount of points for whoever has the most, which I like that. And that was one that I was beyond pleased with. I think Ken Franklin this has been his Grail game for the longest time, and he is making it. So it's kind of cool. Hearing his experience of getting into it has been kind of just amazing. So hearing how he's been able to play these different games and then make these different games, and then the one that he's always been wanting to make is finally being made. It's like a really cool dream come true. I also got to play, and it is not pictured because I was not allowed to take pictures, but now it has been known. I was able to play Suro, the special collector's edition with the beautiful wooden box, these like pewter or metal like style phoenixes and dragons, the nice linen feel of everything, these ceramic style tiles. It was beautiful. I mean, for a game that has been here for a while, and at least I know 2000s is not long ago, but gosh, it's already 20 years. It's crazy. So to be able to play a game like that and just have a good time and enjoy it, definitely was worth it. Beth came on over, we played it together, and that was a blast. After that, we then went to the Turn Meal. Now, Turn Meals are a neat thing that TantrumCon does. It's sponsored by the publisher, so it makes it possible, and then people just pay a cost to be able to do it, because that also helps out towards the food or helps out towards the guests and everything like that. We went to a meal and a comedy show by Grant Lyon, also Grant's Game Rex on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Amazing gentleman. Love the guy. Very funny. If you are going to watch his stuff or listen to his stuff, the board game comedy is more PG in style. His other stuff is more PG-13, R rated. It's got some humor, but it does have some language and some stuff that you would have to explain to the kids. But this comedy show was so well done, family friendly, and my wife and I had a great time.
For you, all right? Doesn't matter how many games you had. Doesn't matter. This is how you keep up in the shelfie race. You put on your pajamas, and then you go to a local game cafe or a retail store, and you take photos in front of their game wall. Yeah. Get a cup of coffee, just hanging out in front of my games, priced $10 to $150. I like to keep my price tags on, so I know when I've spent as much on games as I would have taken to put a kid through college, you know. So that's how you keep up in the shelfie race.
Kids during that same time, though, they were going to a mega pillow fight, and they were fighting, and like the kids thing, Chantel did an amazing job with these kids' activities. So there's Among Us imposter syndrome stuff, or imposter, not syndrome, but imposter thing where the kids are actually different people from Among Us. They kind of did something. I don't know exactly how it worked, but the boys had a good time. Abigail hung out in her room talking to her friend, which is cool. And then we went to the thing, and then the kids then, of course, they played the pillow fight thing and had a blast. So that was really cool. Had a great time doing that. We played Sunny Day Sardines, which is Jeremiah's game, Board Game Renegade. Really enjoyed it. Super quick, super simple. A good filler game to kind of pass time by. So that was great. After we got done with the comedy show, we then went on to play Buried Treasure. Grant Lyon came on over. And then, of course, Ryan and Aaron from One Board Family, they were there as well. So they taught Buried Treasure. We love that game. Restoration Games, you made a beautiful restoration of a game that I've never played before. But I love the theme with the pies and everything. And of course, the little first player thing about Suzanne and Sheldon is awesome. So I liked that. Then we played Three Sisters, which is from 25th Century Games. I won. I don't know how, but I won. So it was a lot of fun, and I was quite pleased with the way that this roll and write works. Some of the other roll and writes that I've played don't have that much complexity to them. So this one really kind of paid off with doing kind of like not doing everything, but instead what I did was I picked certain things and I kind of stuck with them. And that helped me get the win. After that, my son wanted to go ahead and he just got done with stuff. He did a coup tournament and won the coup tournament. So he is going to go to CharCon to compete for the Gen Con tournament, which is really cool. So he did that and he got first place. So he won and he wanted to play a game. So it's already about 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, sure, let's go ahead and play. So we played Campy Creatures from Keymaster Games. Now, Keymaster Games, I had not played any of the real games from them before. I know Chelsea and Justin are big fans of Parks. Beth, when she saw Parks, was like, you need to buy this. That was awesome because we did. And I had a chance to play that a little bit with Daniel on that same Friday as well. We just didn't take any photos or anything, I think, of the game, unless, let me see, did we take any photos of the game? No, we didn't. So that was one that we played. We enjoyed it a lot. And so we played that, and then it was the end of Friday. Saturday came around. So Saturday, the first thing Saturday morning, we saw Christina from Blue Peg Pink Peg and Berkey. Berkey from Game Toppers. If you don't know Berkey from Game Toppers, lovely guy. Game Toppers are great. If you haven't noticed on any of our live streams, we have a Game Topper. We bought this from Berkey and Game Toppers. We've got about 4 different mats. Most of the time we're using the crimson red mat, which is great, but I love the Ryan Lockett, so I expect to be playing the Ryan Lockett next week when we play Rome live. So that is something. So I taught cartographers. So we played base game cartographers, taught Berkey how to play it, and Berkey, myself, and my son, we did horribly. Beth, Christina, and my daughter did phenomenal. So that was how that game went. Elijah, of course, was off doing some of the kids' activities. He was having a great time. They also had scavenger hunts, which that was really cute. So that's that. After that, I played Mountains Out of Molehills. I played that with Ryan, and I forget who else played with us that time, but that was a good game. And oh, I forgot to mention, Libertalia, when I played it with Gnarly Carly, we also played with a gentleman by the name of Cameron, and Jesse. Jesse was just such a nice gentleman. I really enjoyed playing with him and Cameron, so I want to make sure I point that out in case Jesse watches later. Thank you very much for just making the con a good experience. So we played Mountains Out of Molehills from the Op. Love that game. Had a great time doing that. Then we played Floriferous, a beautiful game that we've covered before, and that is from Pencil First Games. Watercolor flowers, beautiful. And then we played Sunny Day Sardines again. I had the chance to teach it, so that was really an enjoyment. Then my wife came over and kicked my butt in a game of Furnace from Arcane Wonders. It was rough. It was rough because I did so horrible with all of my cards. It was just so bad. So that was a game. After that, we went to Rolling Dice and Taking Names Strike Tournament and Moon Pie Eating Contest. And I did well enough in Strike that I got to the Moon Pie Eating part, and so did my wife. Just so you all, I just want all these witnesses for when I throw up. Okay, there we go. And Rob Rouse was there as well. And we went ahead and and there was a guy named Bruce who just did phenomenal. He ate all 6 within a minute and some odd seconds. Let me tell you something about a moon pie. It's okay, but as soon as you put it in your mouth, it's dry as can be. It's like eating the Sahara Desert. So I daintily ate these things because I realized I'm not going to win. I'm just going to have fun. And I'll let everybody else kind of do it. So it was ridiculous, but it was good. So that ended. And then afterwards, Abigail came to play some games with me and some of our friends. I met Chris Korfman. I'm pretty sure I hopefully said that right. Which really nice guy. We all played Coup. Had a good time playing that. After playing Coup, we played Green Team Wins with Chad from 25th Century Games. Be on the lookout for Green Team Wins. Hopefully we'll have more coverage of that closer to the summertime. But we played that game, and it was a blast. Grant Lyon was there. Gnarly Carly was there. And Will Meadows came on over. And then just a bunch of other people just kind of came and played. So we had a good time playing that. Then we played a game which is from Blue Orange Games. It's a smile game. It's basically a 1-card game where you shuffle the card, basically flipping it up in the air and then doing different faces, and you don't know if you're frowning or smiling. The card has either a smile or a frown. And everybody else is telling you if you're smiling or frowning. And they might be lying because it's an elimination-based game. If you guess wrong, you're out of the game. So that's kind of how that plays. After that, let me see here. After that, this crazy person named Will Meadows sat down and played a game of Don't Mess with Cthulhu. We played the base game, which had 8 players. And Sarah Meadows was next to me. Carly was there. Grant was there. I think my daughter was there for one of the games, and then I think at some point she went up a little bit because she was getting tired. Because we went till about 3:30 in the morning playing games. So then Maddox and Matt come in, and they have another copy of Don't Mess with Cthulhu. Now this is Will Meadows' favorite game. He was super ecstatic about it. So we played a 16-player Don't Mess with Cthulhu game. It was chaotic, it was crazy, but it worked. And that was how we ended our Saturday night.
We are about to play a 16-player game of Don't Mess with Cthulhu, led by this crazy person right here, encouraged by these two.
After that Sunday morning, there was little games that I played, but I did get a chance to play Rolling Heights with Kevin Delp of Tantrum House. Had a chance to play with him. He taught that to me, to Ryan and Aaron of One Board Family, and we enjoyed that game. I've learned that green meeples, purple meeples are your best friend because green meeples help you from turning your lazy meeples that are laying down into side meeples, and then turning those side meeples into straight up meeples, which get you more results. So, and I about broke the game with 147 points. I was really trying to get to 150. I was very close, but did not happen. Love the game though. Rolling Heights. If you have not had the chance to look at it, take a look at it. And if you want to back it, back it. After that, I saw Jared from Meeple Mentor, and he wanted to play a game, and I wanted to play a game. So Kurt was there from Smirk and Dagger, and we took some time when we played Behexed. I had a video that probably a couple live streams about with Behexed, but Tantrum House crew gave their prototype copy to Kurt. They gave it back to Kurt, and Kurt sent it home with me, and I love it. So I played this with Jared, and it was really enjoyable game. We played kind of the base style game, learning how to play it, passing the hex around, and it's currently, if I'm correct, it's currently on Kickstarter. So I could tell you, I already did a video about my thoughts on the game. So I love it, and I'll leave it at that. I love it enough that I just had a good time. After that, I took some time and I actually taught some games. I saw people with the Teachers Wanted. So I taught Holy, which is a phenomenal game from Floodgate Games. We did a live stream in the past where Beth and I threw the little color packs at each other at the end, which was really cool. Some people that I took some pictures with, I'll have some of those in here for you to all see. But of course, Sarah Meadows and Melissa Delp took a picture with me and Beth. We had a good time. Got a picture with, of course, Grant and Ryan. We got the table flipping thing. We did some video and took some video of the table flipping between Will and Sarah Meadows versus Jonah and Chantel Dew.
Count it down with me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, put those things down. All right. All right. You have to watch very carefully because you're going to vote. Sorry, it's been a long time. You're going to vote to see who wins. We got the Meadows over here. Raise your hand, Meadows. And the Dews. All right. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Are you guys ready to vote? Who did it best? Did Will and Sarah do it the best? Did Jonah and Chantel do it the best?
So Jonah, I love Jonah, plain and simple. Chantel, once again, I want to say, Chantel, you were phenomenal. The way that you held all these kids' activities and you ran them all and you rounded up the kids to have fun, you were just a godsend. You made our family experience great and you made our boys have a great time. So thank you for that. I'll say that real quick. Some other people, of course, I saw Larry, Sidekick Larry. Larry is just so nice. His wife is wonderful. And their little baby girl. Just the cutest. And then, of course, had a chance to see some other people. Let me see here. Got a chance to see Chris. Chris P. Really nice guy. And then I got to see Tolkien Fan Forever. Jordy. Really enjoyed meeting him. It's really kind of cool to meet the people that have rooted you on in Twitch and YouTube and everything. And then, of course, a photo with Monica. Monica is phenomenal. Monica does a lot of organizing of these events, and she helped organize this one, and it worked really well. And, of course, there's a picture of me hanging out with Ken and Ray, but it was kind of like we were saying goodbye. So it was kind of that little last hurrah, saying goodbye to everybody, and that's kind of how it ended. And that was a con. Something else I also did was I just had like a blast. I didn't go to the pool. The boys went a couple times. They had a good time. But I think for us as a family, TantrumCon is probably going to be the convention that we go to as a family. Because it was definitely community focused. It was a lot of fun. Everybody just was so polite and kind. And I enjoyed it. I recommend that if you're interested in finding a good convention to take to your family to, TantrumCon is probably the con to go to. I loved it. You know, Gen Con's great. Don't get me wrong. Gen Con's great. Origin's a lot of fun. PAX U is phenomenal. You know, all of those are great cons. But the Tantrum House crew, I want to say this about Tantrum House crew. They're some of the most loving, community-driven groups that I have ever met. And it's because of their community outreach in the way that they talk about games and just love on people that the community comes back together and meets at this convention. And I had a pleasure of being able to go to it for my first time. My family had a great time. We had a wonderful time doing the miniature painting. We had a wonderful time with all the exhibitors and everything. I am very pleased. Will I go there next year? Yes. If I go to any cons next year, that will be the one con that I will go to. If any other cons don't happen, I'll still go to that one. That is the con that if you're wanting to take your family to for a great experience that has phenomenal things for kids, miniature painting that's so enjoyable, and just an all-around feeling of community, TantrumCon was the con that I went to, and I recommend that you give it a try too. I'm Chris from Charity Board Gamer. This has been Deep Thoughts Friday. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye.